Okay, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Jake Rieger, and this is Coding with Jake. We're gonna be doing a Flask tutorial series. We're gonna build like a Reddit style website where we'll have user account registration. You'll be able to create posts, upvote, downvote, comment, all of that great stuff. And we're gonna start from scratch. So welcome to part one. We're gonna go over some prereqs. We're going to set up our environment, and we're just going to get a basic Flask app running. Alright, so I think the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to go to Google, and we're going to search Flask installation. And we're just going to read up here and see what we need. Okay, so it says Python version. We recommend using the latest version of Python 3. Flask supports Python 3.4 and newer, Python 2.7, and PyPy. So we're going to go ahead and go with Python 3. So let's just search Python, go to python.org, and go to downloads. It looks like the newest version is Python 3.7. So if you don't have Python 3 already installed, go ahead and download that. If you're on Mac, you can check by opening terminal, typing Python 3 -- version, and that will spit out your current version. So it looks like I'm running Python 3.6.1. If you're on Windows, you'll just type essentially the same command, but it'll just be Python, no Python 3. If I type just Python, though, I'll get Python 2.7 back because that's how it is on Linux and Mac. So once you have Python installed, you can quit out of your browser for now and just open up a terminal. If you're on Linux and it's a fresh install, you're going to have to type this command. Hold on. Jesus. Okay, there we go. You're going to have to type this command here, app-get install python 3-pip, because I don't believe fresh Linux installs come with the pip package manager for Python, so you're going to have to go ahead and install that. Like I said, we're using Python 3. If you want to use Python 2.7, just omit the 3, obviously, and that'll be the same for any command where there's a 3. So I'm going to be using pip 3, obviously, because I'm using Python 3. So let's just see, we're running pip 18. So we're all good to go there. So let's just clear all that out, and let's start by making some folders. So I'm going to go to my desktop. I'm going to make a directory called Flask Reddit. And then we'll just cd into that. Awesome. Okay. So here's our folder right here, created on the desktop. So now we need to set up our environment. So if you have pip installed already, awesome. Just follow this command. If you don't, like I said, you're going to need to install it. But we're going to go ahead and install virtual environment. I already have this installed, so this is going to go real quick. Yep, that's it. See, it's done. But if you don't already have it installed, just let it install. Shouldn't take too long. And that's all you need to install right off the bat. So let's go ahead and create the virtual environment now. So we're just going to type virtual env. This is the name of the virtual environment. It doesn't really matter what you call this. env is just kind of the convention. Something short because you're going to have to type it. So we need to activate our virtual environment now. So we're going to type source env bin activate and hit enter. And now you'll notice there's this env in parentheses here that lets you know that you're now running within this Python virtual environment. So now we can start installing all our dependencies for our project. So pip3 install. We're going to need Flask SQL alchemy, Flask bcrypt, and I believe that's it for now. I'm sure I will remember anything else as we go, but that should get us started. So we're going to type pip3 freeze, and we're going to freeze our requirements to our requirements.txt file, and we can just read this real quick. And you can see that's got all of our requirements we just installed saved in a text file. This will be important for later. This isn't so much important right now, but when we go to host this on Heroku, we're going to need that file. Awesome, so let me just ls real quick. So we've got our requirements.txt file and we've got our virtual environment. So now we're pretty much ready to get this Flask app ready. So now we're pretty much ready to just start writing our Flask app. So let's go ahead and open up Visual Studio Code. Use whatever text editor you like. I just really like this text editor. I'm going to go ahead and open up Flask Reddit. And we should see our environment folder and our requirements.txt. We're going to go ahead and hit new file here and just call it app.py. And this is our main application file. So we're going to go ahead and import Flask. Go ahead. We're using the asterisk here just because we're going to be using a lot of things from Flask, and I don't feel like going like Flask, request, what else is there, URL for, etc. We're going to use a lot, so we're just going to import everything. I know that's not probably recommended, but just to make things easier, that's how we're going to do it. So then we're going to go ahead and create our app equals Flask __ name __. This is a variable that's just going to grab whatever the main application file is, so it's just going to create an app from our main app, this file that's going to run. So now we need to do a quick if statement here. If __ name __ equals __ main, which would refer to this running. We're going to do app.run, and we want to set debugging to true for now, just so that it's easier, obviously, to debug. So that's a basic Flask application. This won't do anything. So let's set up a real basic route. Using the app.route decorator, we can just define our route like that. So this is the index route, and then we're going to define the function for that route. So index, you can name this whatever. I'd like the names to associate with the route. I think it makes sense. So this is the index route, and then we're just going to do return, and then we'll just put, I don't know, hello world in here. And that'll just return a plain text string as HTML, and it'll just say hello world. So now we can run this. So in Visual Studio Code, it's control and then tilde, and that's actually the same on Mac too. It's still the control key, not the command key, to open a terminal. So we can go ahead and type Python 3 app.py, and it'll set up local server here. So let's go ahead and open that. And there is our hello world for our index route. And if we do something like / I don't know, you'll see it says not found because we haven't set that route up yet. So there is a basic Flask application. So that pretty much does it for part 1. And that'll pretty much do it. So thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe.